My name is Shaquan Robinson.
My name is Keenan Smith.
My name is Alfred.
Welcome. You are listening to Power Your Story Podcast Season 2.
The show starting the students of Rankin Training Center High School, Chicago.
With production support for After School Matters and the creative Impostor Studios.
Thank you for listening.
Enjoy the show.
And now it's time for the Shamar Show on Power Your Story, starring Shamar Gipson with special guest me, Aliyah Rich.
My name is Shamar Gipson, and I've interviewed Aliyah Rich.
Hello, everyone.
So, Aliyah, what's your hobbies?
My hobbies are just like really simple. I like to play video games, any type of games. I like to read books, watch movies. I like to watch YouTube and just either watch YouTube about games, movies, or simply listen to music.
So, what's your favorite type of video games?
My favorite type of video games are basically action games, adventure games. Mostly superhero related. I usually like to play games like The Amazing Spider-Man. I use Lego games and Marvel Alliance, Ultimate Alliance, and other games like Tekken. Street Fighter is a good game, but I'm a little terrible at it. But I like a lot of fighting games that are usually first player modes.
Okay. That's what's up. So, are you interested in like cooking yourself?
Oh, I love cooking. I love food, just straight up in general. I love thinking about food. I love talking about food. I love watching cooking shows. Like I usually love watching like old shows like Julia Child or maybe Food Network. That's like my favorite show to just watch. And when I'm on the computer, I usually watch Taste Made. I even go to the Food Network website, basically look up recipes. And my personal favorite, is watching tasty videos, like BuzzFeed taste videos. And they're amazing. You just watch them all, see all the different foods you can make. And some of them I tried, and some I just plan to try, because I have a huge list of recipes I want to try.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's really awesome. I can't cook. If I cook, everybody dies. Do you cook yourself?
I cook a little bit. I know it's a little surprising, but I'm still a bit of a learner.
Not that surprising.
Yeah, because I usually cook breakfast, but sometimes I usually cook some simple foods. Like I only do frozen pizza and frozen foods, you just reheat it and just put it in the microwave or oven. But I still learn my best to cook, because I usually pick simple recipes that can easily be handled, whether it's with cooking or without cooking, and I just do with those. And most of the times I'm just hope I can make a big meal, make a huge plate of chicken or maybe a huge plate of ham. Because due to the holidays, I like to help out with my family. If they need help, I usually help with making biscuits or helping with the ham, or if they even do help with macaroni cheese, mashed potatoes. I usually do the desserts like sweet potato pie, but ain't just anything in general. But I usually have the job of having the peas out and help making with the corns.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's really awesome. My family doesn't depend on me for any type of help. I could see why.
No, it never hurts to ask, really.
I'm not gonna ask. I'm lazy. You said you're interested in comic books. So what type of genres of comic books?
I like mostly just comic books in general. Comic books are my getaway things to read about. It's my getaway from reality. And I love Spider-Man, Batman, the Avengers, but I'm mostly a DC person. But I enjoy different types, from Punisher to basically any type of superhero, or even like classic comic superheroes like Captain America, Wolverine. I read some Hulk comic books before. I've even read like graphic novels, or just like novels that have like amazing heroes that inspire superheroes, like Sherlock Holmes, or like books like just like Lemony Snicket's a series of unfortunate events. But I just basically love books in general. But I'm not much of a horror book fan, so I'm not really used to reading Stephen King. But I personally would read it because it's probably would be in my book list. But I'm more just like, it's like goes back to what I prefer. I usually love action, adventure, or comedy, or something like Indiana Jones or something like that. That's what interests me.
Oh man, that's amazing. I'm a big fan of Sherlock Holmes too. I think the first time I heard about Sherlock Holmes, it was in the cartoon show.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes in the 21st century.
I mean, the first Sherlock Holmes I usually seen was in the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes. That was like the good things for me. And well as I read a few Sherlock Holmes books, and they were extremely good. And now I just hope I can get a bit more, like every single novel that the author wrote.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also trying to follow my Sherlock Holmes stuff. But so like, what's your plans after high school? Like, is college or more job?
See, that's the tricky thing. I'm still finding what I would prefer to do after school. So I may get a job, or probably have a work program or art program I want to go. Because there's like, I'm still trying to follow my passions and find myself what to do in my life after school. So I could either be working in a bookstore, or I'll be working in an art program, or I'd say maybe work in a Disney store or a comic book store in general. Like, I would love to just work in a comic book store and just like help out in like stacking the books and stuff like that.
There's a comic book store right by my house. So Taylor, are you interested in like in anime? Or like
Oh yeah, I love anime too.
favorite types of anime?
Anime is like, I'm used to watching a lot of action anime. Like the top ones, like I like Black Lagoon. I like Studio Ghibli is my favorite. Yeah, Studio Ghibli, Black Lagoon. I've seen a few Naruto. I'm still working on watching Dragon Ball Z.
You messed up on that.
Hang on, just give me a chance, because I haven't started yet. But I seen Naruto. I seen this like romance anime before. I seen
Too much information.
what romance anime is good. I mean, it's very touching. It's like, you ever heard of Your Lie April? Your Lie in April?
Oh yes, that's what the guys, he's like playing the piano.
Yeah.
That's I almost cried.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one I watch. Yeah, that's very beautiful to me, because I just love how he plays the music.
Did you finish the whole anime?
I haven't yet. Don't spoil it for me.
I want to spoil this too.
Yeah,
I want to spoil it.
Yeah, I'm still going on. Just like, I'm just busy with school.
Yeah, that's understandable. Do you have any plans of like making your own type of anime, or making like a trend, like starting a trend, like people like, 'cause usually anime is a Japanese type art, and if you make anime in America, it doesn't count as a anime. It counts as something else.
I mean, American do anime, basically. I mean, there's a lot of Japanese that do it. I'm sorry. But yeah, there's like the Japanese are very good when it comes to storytelling, as well as making beautiful, amazing characters, beautiful art, especially Studio Ghibli, because Hayao Miyazaki is my favorite. How he just like makes like these amazing female characters, as well as characters of how they go into the story, and how like for me is like Howl's Moving Castle from Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind. Those are like my favorites, as well as what's that another one? It's like a castle in the sky.
I think ain't that's when no, that's the moving house castle. Whatever.
There's two characters. There's one female character, and she's a princess. Spoil ahead, and then there's a guy who helps her, and they help find this mysterious castle that hides in the clouds in the sky.
I heard of that. I'm not too sure, but I think I heard of that.
I couldn't think of it. I think it's like Castle in the Sky. That's what I think it's what it's called. But that's another favorite of mine. But for me, I never thought of doing anime as like personally. I admire anime. I think it's the most legit thing since like toast and bread.
She gonna say toast and bread.
Yeah, I know. Like toasting bread or something like that. It's just like, I think anime is something to watch if you're like, because they have like different varieties from comedy, action comedy, from romance to like basically horror to like just a lot of drama too. Because I'm still working on watching this another one. It kind of reminds you of Inception. It's called Paprika. It's this like woman. She's a psychiatrist, and she used these machines to go in the patient's mind and help them through their dreams. So she's basically has this like second identity known as Paprika.
I think I heard of that.
But I heard it's a good movie.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'm a big fan of like most animes like do with school, or some like action like you like Samurai Champloo.
Yeah, I just finished watching One Punch Man finally because I'm still waiting for season 2.
Yeah, we be all waiting for season 2. They ended it too early.
I mean, it's like they just finished all the scenes, and then you're like, what's next? Like, how long are they gonna do it? Like, the next episodes.
Yeah, One Punch Man, he's pretty. I found out about him because of my friend, because he started off as a manga. Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce that at first either. It's like manga. Like when I was a kid, I always pronounced manga, because that's how it reminds me of mango, but it's manga, but it's manga.
Yeah, I didn't know what anime was until I hit 11. I'm thinking all these years I'm watching anime, I didn't know what the name was.
I mean, when I got first introduced to anime, I had this girl in like 8th grade, and she used to like draw a lot of. She likes to draw manga and anime characters.
Is she single?
Oh, she's gone. I don't know where she is, but hey, but she was very interested in drawing like a lot of manga characters. She was very good at it too, and she wanted to go to art school. There was like this art school like right like a couple of blocks from us.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
It was pretty good. She was pretty good at it. But I just saw a lot of Studio Ghibli. Studio Ghibli was like the first anime I ever saw was Howl's Moving Castle. That was like my very first anime movie. Yeah, it was so amazing. Consider I was amazed by the art and the details he put into that movie, from the house, from the characters, how she just moved around, from the fire, and how turning into a giant bird, and it's so spectacular to me. You're really amazed by it.
Yeah, I love it. I love everything about it. I love the detail to the characters, to the story. It's
yeah,
like,
just the thing is,
it makes you think like, man, this is like, I didn't know who. I first I'm like, oh man, this is pretty cool. Yeah. Then I started watching all his other shows he created. I'm like, oh my god, I'm finna die right here, man.
Yeah, just like the fact that he puts so much detail into what he creates, especially like one of his like first, I think, Spirited Away, and Spirited Away was very good to me. Yeah, it was like, I think it was like the first to win an Academy Award. Yeah, but it was so amazing how I usually watch the English dub Spirited Away because, hey, we're in America. And I just admired how they just introduce you what a bathhouse is. Because I didn't know what is a bathhouse, like because it's like this spa type of place and you just go to take baths. And that's like introducing you to Japanese culture. And well as like have like very unusual, because when you watch Spirited Away, it reminds you of Alice in Wonderland and seeing this girl. I mean, it reminds me, not you, but it's just like having this girl. She's lived in this unusual place where full of spirits, and she's trying to have her parents who were turned into pigs by eating food that were made for the spirits. But spoilers ahead, it had a happy ending. Yeah. And knowing it's so spectacular, watching the characters, just watching it just makes me just watch more of it, and just like it gets me inspired to just create something like it.
Thank you, Aliyah, for giving me your opinions on different shows and whatnot.
Thank you, really.
My name is Shamar Gipson, and I am out.
The Shamar Show is produced by Shamar Gipson.
You can subscribe to our show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, or Session Radio.
Check us out at poweryourstorypodcast.com and on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Thanks again for listening.
Peace out, see you next time.